I woke up and I feel drugged. It was very hard for me to get up just now. I woke up about 30 minutes ago, and it's very hard. I'm about to brush my teeth. Um, mm, Let me do that. Um, and then I definitely got some good news. All right. So I just woke up. I do feel um, like I was under some type of sedation. Like it took everything in me to fight it to get up. So I'm up, and but if I lay down, it's just gonna be like go back into it. So I'm up now. What I want to say on April the 9th, 2025, what I want to say is I think I got the best evidence in the world right now. No, it's not the best, but it's up there. This is up in the top 5. Um, and I'm going to talk about. I'm on Facebook Live and I'm on YouTube Live. All right. So let's go and let me save my YouTube Live. That's from this morning. So let me cut that off. And let me screenshot that I have 0 views. And then when I get off, it's going to be a whole different number. So let me screenshot that. Let me save this live. And then I'm going to go into what I'm trying to say. All right. So now let me go into YouTube. All right. This is the live. Share it with myself. Click on it. All right. Now we're good to go. So now that is the thing. Now what I'm going to say is I am on YouTube Live and I'm on Facebook Live. Now I'm on YouTube Live and I'm on Facebook Live. I'm on YouTube Live with a tablet and I'm on Facebook Live with a Moto Power G phone, which from the back, oh wow, look at what they are awesome! Ah, they look like twins. Okay. All right. Let's bring it on home. That makes my point even better. Because let's take it on down. Because when you go into Facebook and when you go into photos and you go to where is my device? My device has only this phone, the Moto G Stylus. I'm about to post it. And it has it in 2 different locations, the same device. It does not have the Moto G Power 24 as being live at all. It only has me being live on the Moto G Stylus, which is awesome. And that means that this eSIM or the hard SIM, whichever is being reversed to do, is in that location or in that area, or that is just a general location. It doesn't have to be the real location. it can just be anything, but it's not here. And that means that Facebook has a problem, because it doesn't matter what the person tries to do. The intent, the come on, attorney. The intent and the burden of proof, or the burden of the duty of care, that's the word. The duty of care rests on Facebook, because Facebook has the obligation to make sure, come on now, when it says, when you upload your content, you go into the fine print that nobody ever reads, it tells you that your content technically belongs to Facebook when you upload it. So you be like, well, how my pictures got over here, got over there? Technically, it belongs to that. But when your content is being duplicated, when your whole presence is being duplicated, that's a breach of security on Facebook's part, because what they are allowing is for that person to take on your identity and on your information. And this is why every time I post something, like I could post right here, I'm gonna say gotcha. All right, and so if I do that, then it's going to say we shared your post. See, right there. It says we shared your post. Now, who you sharing my post with? That other device. The other device. So it is not showing that this device is on live at all. And this device is on live. It's not showing that it's on live because this device don't have no service to it. It's hooked to Wi-Fi. But this phone has service to it, and this is the Moto G Stylus. So what they did is this phone is what the dudes is using. So when they go out, or wherever the person is, it could be on Tar Boulevard, it could be wherever they at today. It could be at a job. This is the device. So when you say in court, you was live, we was too. Well, then this was we was too, because this is why my thing, and that's why that just changed. This is why I get so many views so fast, because the devices that's hooked to me being me have to see me. So if it's 7 dudes out here on Bethesda Road being me, it's 7 dudes connected to your phone. Now, I can tell you that. I can show you that right now. I'm going to go to YouTube, and I'm going to go on Screencast, and I'm going to just do a sample. And I'm going to watch the video and watch how many balloons pop up. That's how many connections that you got being you. Because everybody's device, that's the whole purpose of the thing. In order to set me up like this, you got to do every single thing that I do. So they're caught right now because Facebook has a problem. And the problem that Facebook got is you don't have enough security in the background. Your encryption levels ain't right. Your program ain't designed right so that it is picking up when it is another device pulling from the same thing on the same live feed. It's not picking that up because technically the computer is not picking up that because it's not trained to. It's smart enough to, but it's not trained to. The computer is not saying, wait a minute, I got a live coming from here and a live coming from here, but it's the same page, because technically it's not when you change the how that traffic is coming in. When you change when you change the IP address, and when you change the IMEI number on the phone, even though you signing into the same account, technically it is not picking up as the same account because it's not trained to. So it has to be trained to one live feed per account and this is the SIM. And if it's doing multiple live feeds at one time, or going to the same account, or even going to the same email. But see, that too is where it's being messed up, because your email is duplicated. Like my email, for example, of this is whack, whack, whack. All right, they gonna put duplicate, whack, 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 and then forward that, put the traffic information where it's sending all of that data to this email. Exactly the same way that you forward a phone number. They forward an email. So you getting whack, duplicate, whack, whack, whack. That's coming from this Facebook page. And you're on whack, whack, whack on this Facebook page. But he is on duplicate, whack, whack, whack on this Facebook page, and with this phone number that is with you. So this is why you keep getting people saying, why you block me on your Facebook page? That's technically not my Facebook page. I could just see the data because his SIM information is coming to my phone. And all of the people around have a problem with that. Every last one of them. Because technically, you ain't supposed to be putting no program together that the government can't access. That's when, all fairness, I understand that. That's why when iPhone first came out, the law had a problem with it. You talking about, it's what? Impregnable? Oh, we getting into that. Oh, we finna be in federal court all day. You ain't finna put nothing on the market that the government can't get in when they get ready. For whatever reason. I agree with that. I agree. I don't agree when it's for the purpose of setting up somebody. I don't agree with that. But if you getting in it because you got to see what's going on, but even still, to a certain degree, there is never a need for you to be able to see that much into that device that you can change or alter the information on that device. So right now I'm on screen share and I'm on YouTube. Same account. This is where this should be a flag. This is where this should not be allowed. Their system should pick up and say, can't do it. Can't do that because you already on live. And it should say you're on live. You are on live on a Samsung tablet A9. It should tell you what you're on. But it doesn't do that. So I'm on here, now I'm on here, now I'm on here. Now I'm on 3 platforms. So I'm going to go in here and I am going to send this video to myself and I'm going to watch it. And watch how many bubbles come up. Now, hopefully, I done said it, so hopefully it will still do it. And actually, I can't because I'm on here. So let me see how I could do this. I can't. I got to wait. And I got to end this, and I don't want to do that in order for me to see it from here. But that's okay. I'll wait. My point will come back around in a minute. So basically, what needs to happen, how do I want to say this? Because I got up and seen that and was like, oh, I woke up to a treat. You know, I guess I'm supposed to wake up mad because I got gas. Nah, I woke up to a treat. That's a treat. Because I'm looking at Facebook. That's a problem. So both of this account is coming up a Moto G Stylus, and it's not. Because you're out moving around. So we can't say that you're on Wi-Fi. So that connection right there is duplicated. So that email that's going to that is what's out here. And that's why you hook to the Moto G Stylus. So as that connection is duplicated, it's allowing for the traffic to move around, to be you. And this is why you get the random incoming texts. You're going to keep getting Cash App expired alerts, because as that person go out there and boop, or use that Cash App card, it needs to send that facial recognition receipt. So it's going to log into that Cash App. It's going to complete that transaction, and it's going to send an alert because that's what it's doing, to connect to all of your data sources. So that in the way of court, ain't no way you gonna say it wasn't me. Ma'am, I was on your Cash App. I know you were. I'm telling the FBI right now you are. Yes, you were. That's exactly what you did. And I sent you a Strayer unit receipt. Of course you did. That's why when you come in and you look at your phone, I look at my phone and I'm constantly seeing, oh, here goes Strayer, or here go this, oh, here go, oh, Ketchup is a red flag all the way. Anytime Ketchup message me, that phone is swapped. He ain't messaging for no other reason, especially if he won't text. So, and everybody use his email. Everybody use his phone number. That's why the phone numbers are always going to apps and not going to the real. You have reached 404. You're not getting that. You're getting, you have reached the text mail number, because those are apps using that number to communicate. The whole purpose of the operation is to keep you in communication, to keep you pinging with that other device that's not yours. So when you get in a court of law and say that device was not mine, you look just as crazy as you did sleeping all day in this bed. And why do you look that crazy? Because of the simple fact of you're saying that you wasn't, ma'am, because the average person, only feds know about this kind of stuff. Police ain't trained on this. Nobody at the bank, too funny, ain't trained on this. They know a good bit of it, but nah, this is straight. You got to be up there to compete on this level, to know how to move them telephone signals and them wires and them routers, and to make this house go with that house without that traffic interlapsing. This is why you have people talking at different times and can't talk all at the same time. And you can't call Easter at this time, but you could call Gwanda at this time, because she might be in 2022. Easter is still in 23. So you can't call them. Her number gonna be blocked, but Gwanda gonna have access. And Gwanda gonna be an app. Because when you call out, it's going to have a forward. The phone doesn't know. The robot doesn't know that it's telling on itself. It doesn't know that it's tripping over itself. And it doesn't see a problem, because his mind, the robot hasn't been trained to say, oh, I can't get this many signals from this many places because I haven't been trained that way. I'm only trained to look two ways. When you go out in the highway, don't you look forward, you look forward, you look side to side. This is the same way technology got to be. You look straight ahead and you look side to side. And if you do it that way, you're going to catch anything on this phone. Why? Because you're going to put encryption all around the device itself. And this is where my phone come into play. You won't hack nothing else. And I get death threats about that. But white people, hackers, get called into the FBI and get jobs. But I'm black and got a real plan, and I get death threats. But white people get jobs for this. They get called in for this. They get tested for this. And I know that what I'm saying is right, because I sent the model. They don't know what the model is, and I'm quite sure they haven't figured it out. But I sent my system in and told them, because they tell you on their website, if you have any information and you think would be helpful or whatever, you're encouraged. I was encouraged. So I wrote it and I sent it and I prayed, and God sent me the sign in the sky to send it. So I sent it, and I'm right, because how else can you really protect people? Now, like I said, it's a gray area right there, because you technically can't protect yourself from the government, because that's the law. They have a right to access, but no one has a right to abuse or to cause injury or to change information. So on that level, what God's system did was it puts the government at the core where they should be, but still give you the all-around protection and security that you need. Because Facebook right now in a court of law will owe me money. All I have to do is show this. This wasn't even the device I was on. and this was here, and that I wasn't neither one of them. You wasn't neither one of them. No, I wasn't neither one of those places. And Roswell PD is gonna be my ticket, because that lady, Officer Detective, what's her name? Detective Bennett, took this phone and pulled that data. Oh, and made me sign it. Oh, so you pull, and Facebook is giving you this data that is going to a police department. You pull this from Google, and Google is wrong on my phone every day, and you're using this in a court of law? Write the check. How much? How much? How much we paying? How much are we paying? Because that girl is right. If white people get access to this, oh my God, I'm calling my attorney. That girl is right. Who else is using my phone, and where are they at? Everybody gonna say that. Because they looking at, wait a minute. Eek. She right. She got a big ass mouth. She said this and that. But on this, she right. Because the officer came and made me sign for it. And I recorded it. That you pull this data? And this is garbage? Y'all pull this? So you actually take this phone knowing that it's on an eSIM. And that ain't mine. And you pull that data from that phone. And y'all can use that in a court of law. GL22, court changes automatically. Ain't nothing you can do with that. It's nothing nobody can do with that. I don't care. In Riverdale, Georgia, if I was before a federal court, allowed access to a federal court, and I talked to a federal judge, ain't no federal judge in this world gonna disagree with me because of what I just found on Facebook. They're gonna say, and so we're looking at your device. I'm on live right now, sir. And you're on live on what account? I'm on live on this account right here. It tells you right here, sir, you can see the thing that's saying I'm live. You can see the icon. It says I'm on live. And then it gives the location as 2 different places. But that ain't even on that. The main problem, sir, is that's not even the phone I'm on live on. And they gave me 2 phones and made them free because they look just alike. No further questions, Your Honor. And so what are you saying they did? They gave these devices to men, to Latinos, to swap balls. That's mental injury. And you sitting up here being asleep because they making you go to sleep when they need you to be off the network. And Roswell PD pulled this information. They pulled it. Yes. It's my winning season. Money. I don't care when no white people hear about that. They gonna say, let me hear what she said. It's my winning season. That's why when you look at these Facebook generated pages, you ain't paying attention. They telling on themselves. Because whoever my Facebook suggestion is, my Facebook only gets seen to the law. See, y'all ain't think I knew that, did you? They told me that. That was California. Because California wanted to see what was going on. So it's only one of my pages, and I ain't going to say which one, that is really law. It's all law. So the information, the content that I put on there, that's why I had 2. So, and nobody really knows that. That's a little secret that I just threw out there. So, and if it doesn't change, it doesn't change, but I doubt it. Because when I go on, why everybody from Wood Lake here now, why y'all as my suggestions? Because they're the ones that's streaming from your phone. They're going live because they want to see what you're saying about them, to watch you, to be you, and because they a man. So that's why they're on there. They got reason. So everybody go and get on there and watch. She finna talk. They do that. They do that. Because we got your device. So we gonna watch it. That's why that watch time. I said, look at that watch time on YouTube. That thing's 6 hours. Because they being you. That traffic. See, once you connect with your traffic, it's an energy. It is an energy. And that energy, what does the law of physics say? Energy cannot be what is it? It cannot be it can't die. It just transfers from one to the other, but you can't block it. So with that case, looking at this, what is it? This is the best thing I ever found. Because that's not even the phone that is connected on here. It's not. It is only this phone. And this phone is what's being out. So, and I didn't really get up to talk about that. I got up really to make a joke about being so sleepy. But when I looked at my phone, for some reason, and I need to put this on here. Let me see, because they can hear me. So I need to put this phone on here. And the screen is messed up, so you can't see it really. So that is why. And I thank God I was smart enough to learn how to use technology to catch itself. Because that's brilliant. Nobody else would probably think of that. God told me. Probably a fed person would, but nobody normal would be able to figure this out because of the fact of you can't, an average person don't know, which is why I said police need extra training. Because when you come out here and tell them something like that and tell them what's going on right now and I explain this is a crime. This is a crime going on right here, live. I'm on YouTube live reporting a crime. And if I call the police, they don't understand it. They're going to look at me like I'm crazy and say, change your password. You're slow. You don't understand the IT world. You can't change your password to somebody that's looking at the phone. That's stupid. That's very stupid, sir. They can see the keystrokes. They can see what you're pressing. They're laughing at that. If I go on here and say Facebook's dumb solution to this, I can tell you right now, if I go on Facebook and I go in there, let's go back to it. Let's be detective today. Settings, and let's go to activity log, and let's go to settings, and let's go to password and security, and let's go to logging in with accounts. No, let's go to password and security, and let's go to where you're logged in. And it says Motorola Moto G Stylus plus 3 more, but it's not. Those is logins from other devices, but it doesn't show that the activity right now is coming from those devices. It's just showing you other devices that have logged in. So it says that I'm in Norcross, Georgia, mobile home city. Oh Lord Jesus, they got me in a mobile home park. That's where Gwanda lived. All right. So it says to log out of this device, go to the Facebook app. I am in the app. See, it's not even recognizing it because probably the computer this is a computer connection. So it's not even recognizing that I'm in the app. It's not. So it says we'll help you secure your account in case your login. This is a login you don't recognize. That is where they're dumb. Because if I press secure account, it's going to take me now it says content is not even found. See? So what are you doing in the event that you find that someone is using your information or someone is live with your information and they're building, they're using it, and you can't even make them log out. You can't even log out. See, when I went to go try to log them out, it wouldn't even let me do it. So my strongest points right now, I can't believe it, that this data is allowed in a court. When I went to see Detective Bennett on May 22nd, 2024, for the incident that happened, there's my bird, and it is on the 6th. Come on now. I hate that. I hate to own it, because I'd be like, the police could have sent me that bird, because they used to send them in California and they used to be loaded with gas. And I'd be so excited. And that same bird is a robot and it's going to let out gas. And I'd be like, oh, that gas is so, that bird is so. I'm on record calling 911 one time saying, ma'am, this pigeon is out here. This bird is putting out gas. Because I actually was able to walk up on it. And I said, ain't no bird gonna let me walk up on him. And I said, I'm not gonna get too close to that, because that is the law, and I don't want no parts of that. Them people think you finna bother their stuff. They're not finna send no drones. So I tell you what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get away from it. But I got like this close to that thing, and it was just still saying, and it was still saying, and it was still just fluttering, but it wasn't never moving. And I said, a bird ain't gonna let me get that close to it without flying away. And that bird sat there all night. They seen me. They seen me in California on the side of Target. And I sat there and watched that bird, and it never moved. And I said, I'm so sick and tired of them playing these games. It had a camera and it had gas. Them people is next level. So I just seen that. That was very cute. If it was the Lord, then what better sign than that? A bird flew to this window on the 6th. But that could have been the law. So I just acknowledge it, because it was cute. It was a baby. It was gorgeous. And it flew right here on the 6th. Amazing. But going back to it. So on May 22nd, uh-oh. Who's that? Who's that? Who's that, boss? So on May 22nd, oh, that's the other man that pretends to be me that just came. He ain't been here. I don't think he ever been here since he came last Wednesday. I think Tuesday or Wednesday, to look at the room, and then left, and I don't think I ever seen him anymore. And then after Sunday, they had a staged event, and then now he's appearing every day. These people be actually going to take places in other places and coming back. They actually do. I'm telling you they do. They actually be driving, putting miles, burning rubber, going to Alabama and taking pictures and coming back. They be doing that. They be doing that. They be doing that. And so when you be like, he was here on this day, ma'am, that man was in Florida on that. He had came back. That's how they want you to be looking. He was there. Ma'am, that man never lived. And yes, he did. So anyway, this, going back to what I was saying, May 22nd, she pulled it. She asked for it. She said, they had my device about 30 to 45 minutes. And I was glad that they did. I gave it to them because I was hoping that they had found what they needed to clear me. Because anybody looking at this phone going to say, this girl ain't no criminal. So, but if that SIM card is swapped, it don't take but a second. That's an in and out. That don't take but a second. It's a quick buffer. 2 seconds. Swap. Swap back. swap back. That's it. It's literally no longer than it take me to log out of Facebook and log into another one. It's the same way. It's a click of a button. Log out, log in. And that data, that app, that device draws over everything on this phone. And then it's easy as pie from there. Just move you in the direction and get the people to come around and read the scripts. It's easy as pie from that. And if you take me to anybody's courtroom, them people will listen and say, she is brilliant. And how did you find this out? The Lord told me. I heard boots. They'll say, how did she find that out? The FBI tell it. If they tell the truth, they'll say, she heard boots up on Sandy Springs. That's probably why they don't want me out there no more. Sandy Springs, they don't let me find a place to live out there. They probably say, no. These all the white people out there. No, we don't want her living out here. Take to the Riverdale. So, no, but I did. I heard boots. They was going to the ATM. I reported them. There was a white man. It was a black boy. It was a bunch of them. They were shopping. And when they went to the ATM, I heard it. And I actually used to say in the truck, get off this phone. And I would be, and it would sound like doors closing. That's what they sounded like. And it would say, and it sounded like boots. And I said, what is that noise? And it would be them on the phone. It was the traffic. It was their signals and them hooking into my phone and opening the apps and closing it. It sounds like doors. And when you have the receipt gonna come up to your phone, because manually you can't really end an application. You gotta have some type of communication on the other end, which is why you randomly get pop-ups on YouTube that say, are you still listening to this? Those are I call them, those are like their little exit trays or whatever. That's not the IT word for it, but that's how I explain it. To let them out. So when they used to be doing Uber, every time, when I used to be doing Uber Eats, they was doing Uber rides. And we'd be in the same area. Like, I'm on Bethesda Road. They done had my whole map planned out. So they got I'm not getting real people. These are all scouts. So this is operation. So you getting 5 orders today. And then we're going to give you, and you're going to make you feel like you had a good day, because we're going to let you make about $80. So we're going to give you $10 on each order. That's going to be $50. And then we're going to give you some good tips in there to give you $80. But we're not giving you no more after that, because this is an operation. So we're going to give Uber Eats, and then you're going to get 5 Uber rides that's going to be on that eSIM. And you're going to be on the SIM that's doing 5 Uber Eats. And she's going to send her to Jamin Noodle. Let's send her to Chick-fil-A. Let's send her over here to Decatur, because we got a drug pickup over here. Then let's go over here to Riverdale. And then let's go back over here. Let's send her out to Marietta. That's just an example. And sometimes they would be far out like that, depending on where they want you to come take pictures at. Because you might be waiting on them, but somebody next door in Family Dollar shopping. So they going to blend as much as they can while they got you in the area. Everybody going to tear them towers up. So you have 5 places. So this man is going to be driving behind you. Now, he's going far because he is making the money from Uber rides. So this is why your food orders are so far out and so far apart, because he's driving these people where you're going. So he's going near a house near Jamin Noodle. He's going near Chick-fil-A. He's going near Decatur. He's going near Marietta, and then Riverdale. So he's going all them different places. So he's going to drive, and you're going to be delivering. So you're delivering to 1517. He's delivering at 15. He's dropping somebody off at 1541. So when he drops somebody off at 1541, he can't technically close out your app like that. You got to get some type of incoming receipt. So every time I used to pay attention that they are about 0.2 miles from their next destination, or 0.2 miles before they get dropped off, or when they finna accept a new ride, that next ride that he's going on, I am going to get an alert every single time. And I'm going to have to press something on that screen to get it to go away. And I thought that every time I press cancel or yes, I'm letting him out of that ride. So that when you go to say, I did not do that, ma'am, we got your picture every time when you looking at that screen, pressing that button, because that is what's going to get you them ugly facial recognition receipts. Every time you look down at this phone, that AI camera is that smart, and it's trained to take your picture every time it links to that device. So when you get them emails, AI is when you get that this is trained to do that, but it's not trained to look this way and this way to catch if there is another device pulling information or that is sinking in. It's not trained. Facebook is not trained to look at it and say, all right, instead of a name of a device, we're going to get the SIMs and the IMEIs. And any other SIM or device is not going to be able to go live on here without you knowing, especially if it's in another state. See, it's not trained to do that. Neither is Google and neither is YouTube. They're not. They're not. I could go on YouTube on any device that I got in this house, and it ain't. I'm on one right now, and it ain't gonna turn it off, and ain't gonna see nothing wrong with it, because the computer is not trained for that. It's only set up to do two-factor authentication, which is from your email to your phone. But nothing is going to your phone, to your bank, or to your other external connections. It's nothing going there. It's just going from your phone to your email, and that is because for the most part, your whole life is connected between one of the two. So, at what can you possibly log into that ain't your email or your phone number? But it's not the phone number. We need to remove that part, because now you got apps that duplicate your phone number. Okay? So that part is not working anymore. This is not a credible source. And your email ain't either, because it could be duplicated. Once you put any letter or variable on the end of it, it is not the same anymore. That's like an energy. If you get H2O, it's made with this. But if you put apple juice in that ain't H2O no more. So it's same with your email and same with your data coming from your phone number. Any variable, you could put a star in the front. That's not the same anymore. The computer is not going to recognize it the same anymore. So that is where you got a problem. Your connection right here is wrong, is faulty. And that SIM creates different probability chances of how you can manipulate and connect. And then, God forbid, you put that with an app. Oh, you're multiplying the opportunities. Cash App. You could do phone number or email. Why? Why? When that's so easy to go in there and forward your phone number to this email or forward the email to this device, and now you got access and you're actually getting alerts. And it's so good that Detective Bennett thought this was legit. We're gonna pull this information. Ma'am, that information that you pulling ain't right. That didn't come from my phone. So when you go into, let's see what I want to go into. Let's look at my Google timeline right now. Contribute. Let's see. Now, the good thing is it says that I'm not here and that I'm here. All right. Now, But this is how it's manipulated. This is how it's manipulated. And this is what a detective in with a real badge and a real job pulled this information, and it's wrong because an agent has the authority. This is an edit. See that button right there? That's an edit. Or you see where the device is. Where the device is that is cloned to this. This is what's making this Google history. So yesterday, this is where it's wrong. And she pulled this data from my phone. I signed for it. And she did it, and it's wrong. And they never told me what the data was. So to this day, I don't know what is all on there that's disputable, but I know it's garbage. So this is yesterday, and this is where it's wrong. I left the house at 11:25. It says 11:37. Not worried about that. 11:25, 11:30. It doesn't show that I walked. It says missing travel for 28 minutes. All right. Then it says Merchant Square from 12:05 to 12:25. And then underneath that, it says Speedy Express Shipping and Package. It says it's a shipping company, but it doesn't say that it's a printing company, right? So then you can look at this and look at Speedy and see who was there. Where's your profiles? What was the vehicles? Was anybody crippled in there? Was it too many people coming in there? Because normally when I go somewhere, I bring the boys to the yard. I bring traffic. So all companies should really like me because I'm quite sure when I'm in the area, y'all business sales go up. So this could be a company that I'm quite sure don't get but 2-3 customers probably in a course of 5 hours. I come and you got 5 waiting in the line. Because you always got the one coming to see. Then you got the one in the air or in the sky that's connecting to the one that's in there with the card that's actually manipulating the whole system so that when you go in there and stand, it's tapping in to manipulate that transaction. So that's at Speedy. So we know somebody's at Speedy. Then it says I'm walking from that for 0.8 miles. It's 0.8 minutes, 0.3 miles. It wasn't walking that long. Then who was walking with me? It was a guy out there with the dreads. Looked just like the dude with the girl at the dreads at Clayton County Court. Same hairstyle. The same exact hairstyle in less than 2 hours. That's with you in your immediate swap frame. Okay? So you got to pay that attention in order to cross-reference your Google. This is why these people coming to stand beside you, not saying nothing. This is why in a court they matter. So when you go out and say, you've been so paranoid looking at all these people, when you look at your Google history, you'll see what them people add up. Because you're going to see it says that's only a shipping company. They put that there for a reason. Who was in there? The lady came out first. She was in there. And she came out and waited. And then came back in there. Why are they doing that now? Because that changed your time frame. So it makes it look like that you was earlier than you was. And that conversation of whatever she went in there and said, that's yours. Because now you're the only one in here. Right? Okay? So that matters. That matters when you compare it to the evidence that's being linked. It matters. So, walking. Now it says Walmart Supercenter. It only ever shows men's wear. Why is that? That's weird. It doesn't say Walmart Supercenter. It only say that you going to the men's wear. Why do they keep doing that? Because they're being funny. But at the same time, you got to look at that. A detective pull this data for real. Let me hold your phone. Let me hook up to it. And let me pull this data. Knowing that this sim is not mine. That's not, I know what you see. They fooling you too. I'm just going to give you the benefit of the doubt and say you didn't know. I'm going to say she didn't know. Because I want to show how innocent this is to all parties. That you can sit up there and an agent can play everybody. I'm telling you how they can do it. Because they're sitting here controlling the variable and they don't ever have to be seen. They don't ever have to be seen. Ever. And they can sit here and know it because they can hear. She finna pull it. All right, I'm going to wait. Because he could see her too. And I'm going to wait till she get to the thing. She finna hook it up. They can see that it's hooked up. Transfer. And he's transferring from this man's sim. And she downloaded and I got it from your phone. She's holding it. She feels just like you. But I can hold it. Yep. And I can see it. Yep. But it ain't real. All right. It's not. So then it says I'm on a bus to 147. That's about right. Then it says I went to Clayton County Superior Court. And then it says I went to Clayton County Juvenile Court. See? Pulling data. So now it's going to take it now to say who was at a juvenile court in there that stood next to you inside. I was with me in there. It was 6 people. It was a boy, Butch. You know it's going to be a Mexican. It was 2. It was a black girl, which that was the Butch. It was the girl with the long braids that looked like the same profile here. It was me, and it was a young girl, a young black girl with a college sweater on. I noticed that too. So it was, including me, it was 6 people in the lobby. Nobody else came in. When I walked in, it was only me, the girl with the long braids, and then the little girl at the counter. So that was your immediate swap. You swapping into this, and then this girl right here at the counter that they had to look real young, that looked too young to be doing any business. That's why nobody else was in there. The whole thing was cleared out. So walking in there, this is why it's 3 people, but it's only going to be 2 people with AI, because you swapping into this person. It's like you walking into them. So she got the same braids that the Clayton County boy had that walked on the same row, on the same sidewalk that you went to the same place. He just went to Walmart. I said I wanted something to drink. That male profile when in Walmart came out with a Mountain Dew or something and got on the same bus. So the same profile is following you, doing what you're doing. That same profile broke off somewhere. Don't need him no more. It's going to blend over here at this because she already on you. You can't be seen too much. Can't really look like you following the person. The device is going to blend out. So when you walking into another device, that character, that profile going to fall off. We don't need him no more. The next profile is already on the bus. That's the transgender. That's the driver. That's the handicap scout. So we don't really need him no more. So you could fall off. You could get off the bus. Now you get into the Clayton County Court. You're going to walk into your next profile. This profile, same hairstyle, same dreads, same braids. So then you go look. Now when you want to cross-reference your past last year, what hairstyle did you have? Because now that matter, because you're going to see that same hairstyle around you. And you're going to know that's what your swap is. That's who you swapping with. So the dude walked in. It was when I got in the courtroom, when I got the girl. It was the girl first with the long braids that was just standing there. I don't think she ever really went to the counter to do no business. If she did, she went after me. and they went out of order. So they must didn't want me to hear what she said. So got to Clayton County, and a white lady came from the back. I ain't never seen her before, and they didn't have the little girl there that be at the county no more. She wasn't there either. So maybe these people came from out of town, but they had two workers, and one of the white ladies was there that I ain't never seen before, and that was weird because she still had in her pocketbook. Like, I'm finna just do these things, and I'm finna go. Like, I don't really work here, so I don't know what that was, but she was doing. It was the young girl in the line that looked like she was too young to be doing any transactions at Clayton County, and she was there for a divorce. And she had on a college sweater, and it was the butch girl that stood there with the little twist in top of her head and was light-skinned and was gay and was in a marriage, or looked gay, and was in a marriage, and she paid $221 there at the counter. Then behind her, it was the girl with the braids that wear them same braids that drive that gray car that live here. That then it was the Mexican came in. And then a Mexican lady came in and had on my same shoes from over there on the side of the bed. And then it was me. And then that was it. That's 6. The girl, the butch, the 2 Mexicans, and the girl with the braids. And me. Yeah, that's 6. So the Mexican, I never seen what the Mexican lady was doing that had on the shoes just like mine. And the Mexican man was there doing a name change. And I never heard what the girl was doing. They went all out of order. They was not taking people in order. And every time I went up, every time I did something, the Mexican man did something. And they swapped me with him coming in with, the lady said, my bag didn't go off. I made sure. I took off everything out of my bag before I went to make sure I was able to go through. The lady said, you got to take out your bag. I need to go through your bag. So she went through my bag and said, talked to a Mexican while she was going through my bag and said, you got to take your vape back out to the car. Sick of them. It was the same vape that the girl left on the counter at living room C. The same one. Same kind. So from there, I didn't pay no attention. I paid attention, but when I'm finna go and handle my business and go about my business and leave. So back to this. I get on the bus. It has me at court from 147 to 329 to make it look like you really in the handling court business at a court session, which is why they had the 191 so long. So then I come back out and I go to Walmart and I walk to the post office. They don't have the post office nowhere in here. Why don't they have a post office in here? Because that shipping center is where they had me at. Now, if you look at that, I went to the post office because I went to check my mail. I went to the post office to check my mail. Now, you'll look at the packages that came on Roku. Roku makes the perfect evidence every time because they tell it what to say. Packages 1213, 1208, 1203, 1158, 1153. How does Roku know that there's a package? I'm just curious to know. How does it decipher between a package and a book bag? Or how does it know if it's a person or motion? It makes the perfect false evidence every time. I wasn't even here at that time. So today is why, if I'm awake at that time yesterday or not here, then you're going to be here today and sleep. And then if it's something going on at 9 a.m., you're going to be asleep today, but awake at 9 a.m. tomorrow. You just keep swapping into these situations. So I'm awake now. This is definitely interesting. I didn't get uh it's weird. It really is. It's not weird because I can understand it, but it is weird. If you are, like I said, a detective and you're innocent and you actually pull data from somebody's phone and not know that you pulling false evidence, that's not true. My Google history is always wrong. And my Google history is always going to be from that other device or it's going to be edited. I'm I just never looked to see. I wonder if I could go back to May 22nd of 2024 to look. No, doesn't even show it. And I had this phone. I didn't have this phone. But funny, I can't see May, but I can see July of 2024. That's weird. And so, let's see. This, I'm telling you, this junk is just not right. So they're not letting me see April, but they let me see July. And I don't know what the deal is with colleges, but they had a certain part of that outside looked like a college yesterday. I was paying attention to that. People coming with book bags and um, just it's the most. It only puts on my timeline wherever the link is that's false. So I could look at my timeline and tell what's false. It's crazy. Hold on. That is so crazy. So I'm gonna get ready because I got to get out of this house, catch some air, and I gotta get me something to eat. And I was supposed to go out today, but this right here has it gotta have something done that anybody would agree with me in a court. She's right. That's not even the phone that I'm on live with. And it's showing that I'm on live in a different device, a whole different device. Not just I could see if it was the same phone, but just showing in a different area, you can bypass that. You can get this. That's not even the device I'm on. That's the part that they gonna say. If it was just the location messed up, then they'll say it ain't no big deal. It ain't no big deal. You know that maybe that's just biometrics. So the tower's messed up a little bit because that's just Wi-Fi. It's a general area. Nah, that's a whole nother device that is streaming court documents that a court that people that ain't got nothing to do with this will go and be doing their job and be affiliated with somebody going to prison for something they didn't do. and they think they really did their job. No, the AI is giving you bad information because the person that is manipulating artificial intelligence is doing it on purpose to produce false information. Why do you really think I live around all men and they keep doing that? And Ketchup willingly paid the rent here. So, I only been praying one day about this, and God already, like any other time, it would be the same phone, and it would just be in a different area. This is a whole nother phone. Like that is that's can't beat it. Can't beat that with a stick. Now let me get my stuff ready to get out of this house because I gotta walk today. It's like so amazing. So amazing. So amazing. Alright. We'll be right back. Let this moment the cradle, the infant, joy born of this world. Seeking ever change.